Hi, advisors. This is just a little bit more information for you. I'm going to do junior high and high school together this week. So, junior high, be aware, explorers, if I mention something about mentor agreements, that does not apply to you for junior high. So, hopefully, we've got that figured out by now. But so this Friday, they have the competency contract, the project proposal form, and the mentor agreement due. Make sure you get all three of those. It is up to you how you want to collect those. If you want them to send them to you and you print them all out in their hard copies, if you want them to share with you, the only way you're going to know that they got everything signed is to have their hard copy. So what I've done is ask them to share all three, their mentor agreement, their contract, their proposal with me on, actually they're submitting it on the Google Classroom, but then I want a copy also of their printed competency contract with everybody's signature on it. So I'm just keeping a folder of those. I am not going to ask that you share those with me, but I do want you to have them at the ready if we need to look at somebody's, or if there's somebody, if you need to share somebody's with me because you don't think theirs is any good, or you have a question or whatever, please do that. But I am not going to go check all those like I did last semester. Hopefully we're good to go on those and you have some idea. If you don't and you want me to check one, please just let me know, and I by all means will just share it with me or whatever. I will do that. I will make a video on later this week and post it on Thursday about how to grade those. I'm going to try to make that process pretty simple for you guys. Kind of, do they have it done or do they not? So make sure you watch that on Thursday about how to grade those. As far as how those contracts are going, I'm seeing quite a few of those come through, and overall, I'm pretty pleased with them. Like I said on the student video, many of them do not have measurable goals, so push them towards that. And then just every once in a while, I feel like maybe the advisors just signing them and not reading them. Overall, I think that is not the case. But every once in a while, I'll see one that a student has gotten signed, and I'll be like, how does that apply to their project at all? And I don't really think it does. So just make sure you're not just signing it without reading it and helping them think through how this applies and how they can actually get it done. So you are by signing off on that, you're saying they're meeting a competency in your area. If when you were teaching that class to them that wouldn't meet it, then don't sign it. Okay, they need to, it has to be something. So in graphic design, I don't let them do one sketch and have a logo. We do 15 sketches, and then we compare it to a set of criteria about what makes it a good logo or not before we do the final one. So that's what I'm making them do when they say they're designing a logo. So I apply it that way. So I know you get tired of hearing the visual arts ones, but that's the ones I know. So that's what I'm talking about. So you guys know your competencies. So make sure whatever they're doing is legitimate and they're actually getting it done, and that it'd be the kind of thing you would do in your own classroom if they were in there. So just be picky on those. Then at the end, when we do competency review boards, you will not see those again. Their advisor, hopefully, is going to sign off on their competency review board. So if you don't have something there that's measurable, you're making it very hard on that student's advisor to decide whether they met that competency or not. If the goal is good, the proof is good, it's all listed down very clearly what is expected, then there should be no reason why I can't sign off on a math one at the end, whether they met it or not. If the math proof is written really clearly, this is what they had to do it, I should be able, I think, to say, yes, they did that, or no, they didn't. Okay, so have that in mind as you're signing off on these. By signing off on this, is this proof good enough that the history teacher could realize whether this person got a media arts competency accomplished or not, by the way it's written? And if it's written well, then it should be fine. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you're signing off on competencies. Then the other thing I wanted to talk about, I talked about it in the student video, is then push them if they get done, which hopefully we're starting to have students get done. I've seen quite a few that are finished. Push them then to go do the project timeline next. So like I said before, that timeline, it's this thing right down here. I put in students, if they click on the timeline, there are some helps. some different ideas here. Mrs. Bruno would be a great person for some helps on this. They do them in business all the time if your kids are stuck. But a simple Google document with each week listed out, and I want them to list them by date to make it easier for you, and then just what their goal is for that week. That's all they have to have. Could they have more than that and have it thought out a little more than that? Absolutely. But that's all they have to have. Does it have to be in a list? No. Can it be on a calendar? Yes. Whatever they need. But I know many of you, I heard from you, the kids don't know how to break the project down into smaller steps. And so we really need to help them do this, help them think through it, have them look at their competencies. And literally they could go, I'm going to try to get one competency done every week and a half. And if they did that, they're in great shape. And those competencies should relate enough to their project that should be helping them move forward with their project as well. And they can get those things done. So whatever they need to do to break that up, but hopefully that'll make sense. And we'll talk about that a little bit more next week, but push them towards that. Nobody should be sitting around and going, I finished my competencies. What do I do now? They can either start working on their project or they need to work on those timelines and get that ready because that's due on the 20th. All right. Hopefully we're doing okay. Please let me know if you're not. If you're struggling or if you have some issues. Most of you have been really great to email me stuff and ask questions when you're stuck on something. So I feel like we're doing okay by the number of questions I've had. So if you need help, something's not clear, whatever, please let me know. I really do have time and I will help you and we will figure it out. Okay, good luck. Hope everything's going well.